Reinier de Ridder versus Bo Nickal. John,
this is a good one.
is it a good one, or is it just, or in our mind do we think it's going to be good because Bo Nickal taking a big step up in competition into someone that has got a high level of competition? It's got a lot of fights, it's super dangerous in one area.
Yeah, but that's the problem. He can't get it to that area.
Well, I mean, he's not too shabby on the ground. Or he's not too shabby in the clinch. Knees up the middle. Because he's tall.
Yeah,
he's got good clinch work.
But Bo Nickal's not short. Okay, no. So I look at this fight, and this is one of those ones. You know, you can go back to Bo Nickal when he was wrestling, you know, and he had a grappling match with Gordon Ryan, and you know that grappling match went 20-some minutes.
Yeah,
based upon Gordon Ryan couldn't take him down. Finally, Gordon, you know, not an Imanari roll, but rolls into a leg lock situation, was able to capitalize off of that to get finally an opportunity to get a submission, which he was able to get. But we're talking about the world's greatest grappler. Let's be honest.
I think Mikey Musumeci's right up there.
Well, Mikey Musumeci's got some things to do to be able to. I'm not saying he's not great. I love it.
With steroids to get to where Gordon.
No, and he talks about Gordon with that all the time. So.
I know, but I'm saying, but to get him there, you'd have to do steroids. But no, Mikey's a clean guy, man.
Dude, Mikey is just ripped.
He's awesome.
135 pounds of just muscle. But you look and you go, look at the wrestling wise. De Ridder in the stand up, he's okay. You know, but he's slow. He doesn't have fast hands. He doesn't have fast footwork. And Bo Nickal is still a fast twitch athlete. He moves well. His stand-up is not bad. You looked at his last fight, you know, against Paul. And it's one of those, you know, a lot of people were disappointed in it, but it was smart. It was a smart fight. You know, why are you going to go to the ground with a guy that's his specialty? Well, this is the second one in a row. And I honestly think that the Paul Craig fight kind of helps Bo Nickal in the fact that it set him up for a game plan for now De Ridder. And he was able to work his way all the way through, you know, a full game plan in that fight, see what worked, see what he could have done better. And now he's going to have the same basic opponent.
Yeah.
To me, he was almost, you know, it was written out for him in a very clean fashion to have, you know, the fight against Craig and then now this fight against De Ridder, two very similar opponents. That's unusual. You get that back to back.
No, I would agree because now it doesn't feel like you have to change too much in your training camp.
There you go.
And then you're just progressively getting a little bit better and defending the takedowns that someone would attack legs and how they get to the clinch. Now, there is a difference between De Ridder and Paul Craig on the way that they attack. You know, Paul Craig literally just throws himself on his back sometimes to try to pull you into guard. Yeah. De Ridder will take shots, like shouldn't be ill-advised, take shots to try to get into the clinch and then like try to throw you down. And he uses his length for a lot of his takedowns, trying to like trip the leg, you know, hook and sag on you a little bit. He has the over-under. He likes to grab the head and go the over-under a little bit like how DC was. He's just nowhere near.
Yeah, but he doesn't have
wrestling. He has no level of wrestling.
You know, you go to his, you know, you can go, there was a grappling match that he had with Cade Rotolo, right? And you go and you look at his inability because he, you know, Cade Rotolo was the one that was attacking in that entire grappling session. And you saw that when De Ridder would actually look for a takedown, he wasn't able to get that against Cade. And if he wasn't able to get it against Cade, he ain't getting it against Bo.
No, I would agree. Cade and Ty both are just phenomenal all the way around.
They're fantastic.
Grappling, jiu-jitsu takedowns, real takedowns, judo takedowns. I mean, what I love about them is they could be the reason that jiu-jitsu or grappling ends up in the Olympics. Their style is like, fuck it, let's just go for it.
It's an attacking style.
Yeah, you just need to get after it. That's what makes it so exciting. They don't care who it is and against who or whatever. Like they're gonna play their game, which is aggressiveness. Go, go, go. Transition after transition. I love that about him. Bo Nickal, though, I think he's gonna have to keep this thing on the feet. Obviously, sprawl and brawl. Not saying he can't go to the ground with him. It's just ill-advised. He can go to the ground enough to kind of make space, ground and pound. get his ankles out of the way, keep his and if he starts to open the guard, De Ridder does, then he needs to back out, let him up, and then mount the offense again. De Ridder needs to basically just close that distance. He can't be in boxing range with him and not into the clinch. The clinch is where the least amount of damage can be done, or on the ground. But I haven't seen enough of a sample size on Bo Nickal's ground and pound yet to say whether he's got vicious ground and pound. If he does drop De Ridder, does he follow into his guard to try to put him away? Or does he back out and say, no, get up. I got to try to finish you here, because he's still not comfortable enough or doesn't know enough about De Ridder's grappling game to jump into the guard. So there's a lot of questions to be answered. Could this be a snooze fest?
Could be. Again, go back to Bo facing Paul Craig. A lot of people were disappointed in that fight. I wasn't. Yeah. But then again, I really respect the ability for someone to shut down someone that is really going after a grappling thing. And I thought Bo Nickal fought a smart fight, but this could end up being basically just a repeat of that fight, or it could end up being super exciting. But for it to be super exciting, one of them has got to really make it to where they're taking huge chances.
What does the UFC do from here if Bo Nickal has another fight like he had last fight?
It comes to the point where, look, they're being smart with Bo Nickal, because Bo Nickal can bring a whole lot, but there's always that point where you say, okay, I brought you along. Now you got to stand on your own. And I think, honestly, with this fight, either way, I think Bo's in that position. The UFC is going to say, all right, we got to start giving you, and look, they're giving him a real guy in RDR. He's had a lot of success throughout, his career, especially in other organizations, and people can sit there and, talk about, oh, it wasn't the UFC. No. He's fought some really good fighters throughout his career.
85, 205, and heavyweight champ.
And heavyweight, right? Exactly.
That's pretty damn impressive. Doesn't matter who you're fighting.
It is. And so, look, he's had great competition. He's stood up against it. He's 19-2, I want to say, 20-2. 19-2, okay. And so, look, he's the real deal. So it's saying a lot at, Bo Nickal being 7-0. This is not an easy go. So it's not like they're giving him something, but they are giving him somebody that in the stand-up is not a true danger to him, or shouldn't be. So it gives him the ability to be the guy that decides where does the fight play out.
Well, you've got he's got 4 fights in the UFC. Bo Nickal does, which means that his first contract was probably 4 fights.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, hey, we paid you. You had your fights. And now it's time for us to get our monies back.
There you go.
That's what we're looking on doing.
Start standing up.
Dave, can you pull up that graphic, though, from betustv.com? Let's go ahead and hit this and see exactly where this is at. You are
no, the wrong one. No. Wrong one. We already looked at that one.
There you go. Right there. There we go. Reinier de Ridder. The under is 1.5 at plus 166. The over is 1.5 at minus 200. I'm going to take the over at minus 200. It's a little rich for my blood because I'm kind of selfish that way when it comes to it. But if I was going to take something on this, I would take the over. I think it's going to end up going it's going to go more than 1.5. I think it's going to probably end up going the distance. De Ridder's going to be hard to finish. Because even when you drop him, like my question is, will Bo go into his guard, or he'll just say stand up?
Yeah.
De Ridder could take his time. He's going to have to catch him a bunch. De Ridder's taking some big shots from heavyweights.
We got
big shots from 205 pounders.
You have to be honest. Take a look at the odds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bo Nickal is minus 315. And how does he win this fight? Probably sprawl and brawl and by decision.
Yeah.
If you're going to say, if you think De Ridder is going to win, then definitely go with the under, because he's going to have to get it done sometime before the end of that third.
Yeah. After 1.5, I mean, you're pretty much halfway through the fight. They're sweaty as hell. It's going to be a lot harder to get those submissions. Not that De Ridder can't do it, but I'm going to take where I have a problem is the money line to me, I feel like should be a little bit closer. I mean, De Ridder's experience, the grappling, De Ridder's got knockouts by the knees up the middle. That he's a tall guy, and Bo's not short, but De Ridder's got the flexibility, the dexterity to get that knee up there. So be careful in those clinches there, because if Bo thinks he's going to be able, like, just natural reaction, John. It's a, like, when someone starts pulling down on your head, it's sometimes just grab the legs, take you down real quick and try and back out. So he's got to be cautious and careful in those positions and in those moments. But yeah, I think the odds are a little off on this one, but I'm going to definitely take the over at 200 at 1.5. That seems fair to me. Outside of, like, maybe Bo catching him early in the fight with a big shot, how he did in one of his fights, I think his second fight in the UFC, and then outside of de Ridder catching him while he's still dry in some sort of ankle lock or some sort of leg lock, or catching the neck if he's able to catch the neck in the position. He'll have to jump to the neck to get it, which he can't. But being the taller fighter, which I think, how much taller is he, John? Dave, can you pull that up? How much taller is de Ridder than Bo? But I think being the taller fighter, it's always available for him. Go ahead.
6'4", 6'1".
Okay. Yeah. So then that extra 3 inches, I know that she tells you it's not a lot, but it is. Okay. She's lying to you guys. Okay. So when you can get the head down and you can get the arm wrapped around the neck, it makes it easier to try to pull them down, a jump guard, or, whatever it is. So there could be an early finish. I wouldn't count on it, to be honest. Bo's going to be able to keep that space, keep his head up, and try and land the big shots on the feet. I just don't know if he's got the power. We know he's got power, but I don't know if he's got the power to knock de Ridder out.
We'll see.
Yep. We will see. This episode is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys YouTube 150 for the promo code. Also, Element, use the link in the descriptions down below. Any product you buy from there, they will send you a bonus package of product if you use our link down below. Element's amazing, man. I love it. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.